Today we will talk about XRP again and tie in the last two videos I did on XRP about the $2,500 price prediction and the 20K XRP price prediction as well. Now, I did temper expectations on those because it depends on a lot of things that have to happen on the global scale. But I wanted to expand upon how those kinds of things might actually happen, and it has to do with how XRP is tied into BRICS as well. So let's just jump in. I will touch on how XDC and R3 Corda may and can and will be involved. They have a lot of connections to very large financial institutions as well, and they are tied into XRP, and even more so now because of the trade finance partnership with Trade Finex, Impel, XDC, and SBI that goes back into XRP. So I will not play this because it has a song in the background and I don't know if I'll get popped. But what is coming is a collapse of the USD. We haven't had one of those. We haven't experienced the collapse of the USD. This will make us Venezuela. If you want to be prepared, prepare yourself like people should have prepared in Venezuela. I do have a significant amount of silver on hand, and I have a lot more in an IRA, and I think that's about all I can do at this point in time. But I do have a couple of other contingency paths as well. So here's a good intro. The tectonic shift in global finance, de-dollarization, and the rise of an alternative currency, XRP. 130 countries want to move away from the USD as BRICS countries pivot towards the renminbi, which is essentially the same thing as the Chinese yuan, which shows a shift to a multipolar currency dominance. In this time, things like XRP, XDC, XLM, and probably even SHX can emerge as key things for cross-border trade. This is just kind of another expansion on that, which I will touch on a lot of that here. So, Nigeria's central bank has just removed restrictions on crypto transactions, which is a complete opposite take from a total ban in 2021. We now have clear guidelines for crypto, but with KYC and AML checks. So this is just an example of how things like XRP can get more and more involved in the global financial institution space, and essentially act as a cross-border payment in between financial institutions, or even act as a reserve, which I explained more on that in the 20K XRP review. China shocks with a crypto U-turn as well. Amidst a 1.6 trillion surge in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana, China quietly declares its renewed commitment to the crypto industry. I won't review all of this, but it is out there if you're interested in it. We have Iraq joining BRICS on January 1st of 2024, which has happened at this time. BRICS and Iraqi currency revaluation will be the first thing. I don't know. I won't get into that. The U.S. Treasury owns 9 billion dinar at the revaluation rate that will pay for our national debt. This revolves around revaluing BRICS country currencies in terms of things like gold and silver. So we now have BRICS expanding with Saudi Arabia, Iran, the UAE, Ethiopia, and Iraq. So BRICS is set to expand with 14 more countries expressing interest. That just means that they more and more are wanting to move away from the USD. These 14 include Algeria, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Honduras, Kazakhstan, Kuwait, Palestine, Senegal, Thailand, Venezuela, and Vietnam. They have all put in to join. So here is a thing that is one of the indicators that the USD is having trouble. As our bonds increase in their percentage returns, they're only increasing because they are trying to attract more people to actually buy bonds, which are essentially U.S. debt. And a increase in that means that people are getting out of our currency, and people like China own a lot of U.S. bonds, and they are in the BRICS organization as well. Here's a chart of that again. I did check that, and over the last month, it hasn't shown on here that it has hit that 6.1%. So I don't know if it was a technical issue, but over the last year, we have increased a lot from about 4.1% up to about 5.5%, and over the last 5 years, we've gone from 0.03 all the way up to 5% on the 1 month treasury bond, which is not a good thing. U.S. government debt is now larger than the U.S. economy. So essentially, we are creating much less than what we are actually going into debt for, which it just doesn't work. This is a PDF that explains more about what it would actually take for BRICS to move away from the USD, and it concentrates a lot on the Chinese yuan. So it does have a lot in there, and it does hint at at BRICS currencies and cross border trade, and Ripple's XRP is connected to a lot of the financial institutions in those countries. So, no one in the XRP community disagrees that the asset derives value from its utility. However, people are not in agreement on if XRP can be a store of value, like what a lot of people refer to Bitcoin as, which, yeah, it just, I am not, I'm a fan, so I won't expand on that right now. But in my 20K in my 20K XRP video, I did explain how XRP can actually be a reserve. So here's a long one from Gold Telegraph, but it just essentially says that 2024 will be very important. Russia and China's energy trade is exploding, and they don't use the USD now. We've got new BRICS countries as well, and it explains a lot, which I just can't explain here. But it also talks about gold and how a lot of the central banks of BRICS countries, particularly Russia and China, have been picking up a lot of gold. So Black Swan Capitalist has been vocal about central banks preparing for a gold-backed system that combines with distributed ledger tech. Fact, every central bank, including BRICS countries, now rides on Ripple's protocol that uses XRP for instantaneous settlement. I don't know about everyone. I'm not sure where that actually comes from, but a lot of these central banks have been working with Ripple and therefore XRP. So here's a little bit more on how this all connects. This is a clip from one of the recent U.S. debt clock secret windows, and it seems to imply that a new U.S. currency would be commodity backed off of a basket of commodities like gold, silver, copper, natural gas, oil, possibly equities, crops, housing. I don't know what this would mean, and thorium. So maybe like the things that are involved with radiation and stuff. I don't know, but that is an example. Okay, so now we are getting into the Bitcoin ETFs and how that ties in with this whole thing as well, which essentially says that that Bitcoin is not the way of the future and will not be used as a world reserve currency. But here is an example of how the Bitcoin ETFs could send Bitcoin to 133K. And in fact, Franklin Templeton came out and said that they predict it to go to 147K. And the problem with Bitcoin is that it is not environmentally friendly, right? These Bitcoin mining operations take a lot of electricity, and with everything else happening in the world right now that is really revolving around ESG, that just does not make sense. So this is a conversation that is too long to include here, but it essentially says that bit, 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 Bitcoin will not be the big performer as it once was. We don't think that in the end there will only be 21 million Bitcoin. We think there will be more. That may not be a catastrophe until it actually happens, and that can be changed by changing the code. That is all it takes. So whoever is in control of the Bitcoin network could hypothetically make that happen. This is something that I've talked about in the past, that there are increasing regulations right now for stablecoins, and how it would be in different categories. There's like 1A, 1B, and 2, I think. And it revolves around Basel, who is controlling how financial institutions actually have to back. Oh, I'm sorry about that one. What they have on their accounts. So this shows that the over-the-counter institutional sales of XRP has been increasing every quarter for a long time now. So that's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or possibly more, and it has gone up a lot. So more financial institutions are picking up XRP. So now we talk about all of that in relation to XRP. BRICS against the petrodollar. Central banks cannot just print their way out of this. That will cause hyperinflation and speed up the demise of the global financial system. They need cash, and a lot of it, without printing. But exactly how would that work? Wealth creation with XRP, and then put all of that up against gold. If you disagree, it's okay, but tell me what other option is there besides wealth creation with XRP, and with how connected all of these financial institutions are into XRP. That isn't really that far out there, in my opinion at least. So 2024 forecast: rising demand for debt, intensified money creation, ongoing devaluation of the USD, higher inflation. Meanwhile, XRP's full-scale adoption and use case is becoming a reality as the final wealth transfer actually approaches. This is something that I have talked about a lot in regards to XLM, but the DTCC purchased a currency, and they work with XLM and XRP, and they are tied into XDC by way of the DTCC and R3 Corda. So now I lost my spot. I'm gonna have to find it again. Okay. If you're more interested in that, I have, I think, at least two vi- vi- videos out there on that topic. Um, so, could it be a coincidence that the UK is projected to roll out essentially a CBDC in 2027 along with the US, and then Ripple's escrowed XRP will be released as well, almost as if it is planned. P.S. I'm not suicidal. I am not either. So we've said from the start that the true target of XRP is not cross border payments, it is the derivatives market. They are partnered up with the ISDA, which is the International Swaps and Derivatives Association, and the derivatives market is worth about 1.2 quadrillion, which is 1,200 trillion and what like a million or something like that. It is a lot of it's a lot of money. So that is really the kind of market that XRP is wanting to be involved in, and I explain more about how that works in the 20k XRP thing. So to go back on the Bitcoin ETFs and how that relates to how it relates directly back to XRP. Robert Mitchnick is the head of digital assets at BlackRock, and he came from Ripple, where he worked at XRP and did all kinds of things there. The VP has also called out things like XRP and XDC as the digital assets that will really have an impact in the future. And I've done one video on it, but BlackRock is essentially trying to position themselves as a Federal Reserve kind of a company with USDC that runs on XLM. So here's a final thought that we tie back into XDC and R3. My thoughts are BRICS will begin to use R3. It has Impel for cross border payments, and they can tokenize their gold and silver on chain with the R3 Corda platform that has now been confirmed to use XDC. And R3 then creates a bridge for XRP and possibly even XLM with all of their connections as well. And of course, you have IBM as the technology infrastructure behind all of that, with their World Wire program and how that ties XRP, XLM, and SHX together into this too.